I want you to be honest with yourself for the next 60 seconds. Every morning, before you've even had a chance to make a conscious decision, your system is already being shaped. The question is whether you're shaping it or it's being shaped for you. Here's what I see across almost everyone who comes into this program. Two problems running in parallel. On one side, stealing dopamine. Phone first thing in the morning, constantly throughout the day, just constant stimulation, no gap between input and reward. You're not starting your day, you're reacting to it. And then we have on the other side, starving serotonin. No sunlight, low movement, no intentional reset. Your stability system never gets the inputs it needs to produce. And the result? Start, stop, repeat, no progress. Not because you're not capable, it's because the system has no regulation. And here's what makes this confronting. You've already set the tone of your day before you realize it. So, which side are you on? Have a think about that. Where you sit. You may even sit on both sides. You may have multiple things that are affecting you. But remember, are you designing your day or is your day designing you? If you regularly check your phone early on in the day, you are stealing from your own business. Let me explain what's actually happening. In the body, the campaign manager's job is to launch campaigns, to create the drive that gets things started. That staff member is dopamine. And here's the myth bust that changes everything. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical. It's a motivation chemical. It fires before the action, not after the reward. You act because you expect a reward, not because you already got one. So what happens when you grab your phone the moment that you wake up? You're handing the campaign manager a cheap campaign. Low quality, low stakes, inbox, social media, notifications. The campaign launches, but for the wrong thing. And now the hard tasks, the decisions that actually move your business. The campaign manager has already used up the launch. There's nothing left. Two things that we need to lock in here. Number one is that it drives the start, not the finish. Once the campaign is running, momentum takes over. Your job is to protect the launch. Two, you act because you expect a reward, not because you already got one. You need to earn the hit, not steal it. Now, how many of you check your phone before you get out of bed? Be honest. And how many of you are regularly checking your phone before you've even done one hard business task for the day? You've got this all in the wrong order. Remember, you earn the hit, don't steal it. What would your output look like if your first 30 minutes were protected every single day? Think about that for a second. Not a perfect morning routine, not an hour of journaling, just 30 minutes of clean signal. No phone, no scroll, no cheap dopamine. Here's how you manage your campaign manager. System rule 1. Earn before reward. Do the hard task first. The difficult call, the strategic thinking, the decision you've been avoiding, then get the reward. Hard things first, reward second. System rule 2. Own your phone. Not ditch it, own it. Screens on your terms. You decide when the campaign launches and for what purpose it launches for. System rule number 3. Don't delay. Just bloody do it. Completed tasks recharge the campaign. They recharge your dopamine levels. Every small win restores dopamine capacity. Momentum builds on completion, not intention. And the KPI here is sleep consistency, not duration, consistency. Because inconsistent sleep means that the campaign manager starts every day depleted. Delayed actions equal lost progress. An inconsistent sleep pattern means your day starts before it begins. What would change if this one thing was in place this week? If you were just to put one of these things in place, what would change? Have a think about that. You've got one thing on this screen that you think, do you know what? I could do that better, or I don't do that. If you changed how that would make a difference to you. In the body, the designers are responsible for the brand, not the campaign, the brand. The stability, the consistency of how the business presents itself day after day. That staff member is serotonin. Serotonin is not a happiness pill. It controls how you react in the moment. It's the difference between a measured response and a reactive one, between a stable afternoon and one spent chasing motivation that never arrives. Low movement before 10 a.m. means lower capacity all day. That's not a feeling, that's a system failure. Two things to understand. One, it stabilizes your system, not your mood. This isn't about feeling good. It's about consistent execution throughout the day. Stability is built, not felt. Two, light and movement produce it. Consistency maintains it. Regular light and regular movement throughout the day, that's the input. Stability is the output. That 2 p.m. crash that you feel, the afternoon where decisions get harder and energy gets lower, that's not tiredness, that's a production failure. The designers didn't get what they needed in the morning. Who feels that 2 to 3 p.m. drop? Do you feel it every week? Do you feel it sometimes? When do you get that? And can you correlate that to a poorly regulated day? Remember, stability is built, not felt. Steps aren't exercise, they're chemistry. And most founders are running low. Here's how you manage the designers. System rule number 1, move every day. And I want to be precise here. This is not a fitness conversation. Walking produces serotonin. Movement is the input. Stability is the output. 8,000 steps is not a fitness target. It's a minimum operating standard for your internal brand. System rule number 2, get outside. Natural light balances the system. It's one of the simplest inputs your body uses to regulate itself. Stay inside all day and you are actively lowering your capacity before you've even started making decisions. System rule number 3, reduce system stimulation. No input, no noise. Create space in your brain. This isn't about switching off. It's about giving your system the headspace to stabilize. The designers can't work in a constant state of noise. The KPI here, you probably guessed it, is daily steps. 8,000 minimum. Ideally 10,000. This isn't an average. This is a daily minimum. Low movement equals lower quality decisions. Not sometimes, consistently. Steps equals system stability, and system stability equals capacity. That's the chain. That's what we need to get right, and that's what you need to understand. Nothing scales or performs without a regulated system. Nothing. This is the framework. Everything we covered today lives here. The campaign manager, dopamine, runs motivation and drive. 3 core rules. Earn your reward, own your phone, and just bloody do it. The KPI here, sleep consistency, because reliable sleep equals reliable dopamine levels. Simple chain reaction. The designers, serotonin, run stability. 3 key rules. Move daily, get outside, reduce stimulation. And the KPI here, steps, because steps equals system regulation across the day. Put it all together, and here's what the chain looks like. Clean signals produce better recovery. Better recovery enables proper adaptation. Proper adaptation lowers your biological age. Every week you regulate this system is a week that your biological clock moves in the right direction. This is not optional. Nothing else in this program works at full capacity if this isn't in place. Pick one or two rules. Not all of them. You don't need all of them. Pick one or two that will implement, that will have the biggest impact on you from tomorrow morning. What things are you going to change? What things, if you were honest with yourself, do you not do on a regular basis? Think about that and then change those things from tomorrow. And if you delay it, you just won't get the capacity out of your body that you require to have the performance that you want. So, pop quiz. This isn't a memory test. This is a test of whether the system has landed with you or not. If you can answer these questions clearly, you own the material. And if you own the material, you'll implement it. So let's go through the questions. If you write or if you're driving, think about the answers. So what happens if you are constantly checking your phone through the day? Question 1. Question number 2, what 3 things feeds serotonin production? Number 3, what are the dopamine and serotonin KPIs? Question number 4, what daily behavior produces serotonin? And then question number 5, what is the minimum, not average, steps that we should aim for per day? So question number 1, what happens if you're constantly checking your phone through the day? Answer, you lose your ability to start hard tasks. So get the task done, then check your phone. Question number 2, what 3 things feed serotonin production? That is light, movement, and headspace. So you've got to make sure that you get out into natural light, move around, and clear your brain. Get all of those electrical devices away from you. Question number 3, what are dopamine and serotonin KPIs? Yep, sleep consistency and steps. Question number 4, what daily behaviors produce serotonin? The answers here are walking or daily movement. And then question number 5, what is the minimum, not average, steps that we should aim for per day? 8,000 minimum, ideally 10. And remember, that is a minimum per day, not an average. So it's not about doing 2,000 steps one day and then 18,000 steps another. It's about consistently doing that 8,000 to 10,000 a day without fail. Just remember, regulate the system and performance follows. So training only works if your system adapts. And adaptation requires regulation first, which is why we've done this session. The next session will move to training adaptation. We're staying in the clean cycle, but we're moving to the lead generation team, which is the hormonal rhythm. The 2 new staff members here are the funnel manager, which is testosterone, with the KPI of grip test, and social media, which is endorphins, with the KPI VO2 max. Training and adaptation are how you build output, strength, capacity, and performance. But here's the thing that the fitness industry gets completely wrong. Your body does not get fit from training. It gets fit from recovering from training, from adaptation. And it can only recover properly when the system is regulated, hence this session. No regulation, no adaptation. What you implement this week matters for the next session. The work you do on dopamine and serotonin, the steps, the sleep consistency, the protected mornings, that's not just this week's work. It's the foundation for everything that's coming next. Get the signals right, and the rest of the system builds on top of it. See you next week, and remember, be young, be happy, and be free, people.